Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And internet problems aside, it's going to be a very exciting week. As you can see, there's snow falling out of the sky, and the sun is in it. And I've been very privileged to have been given early access to the new winter update. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I suppose this is the perfect time to actually show you what I've been sort of working on in the background. Let's turn around and we can have a look. Now, as you can see, as usual, I've gone a little overboard with various things. The snow is not landing at the top. So what we're going to probably have to do, I've been working in snow and in the regular, there we go. I'll clean it up and make it look better as we talk. But I was inspired by Santa's house in Lapland. I'll drop in a picture so that you can actually see what I'm talking about as I'm trying to get all the little nooks and crannies here so that it looks a little bit better from a distance. And so that's what it looks like, and I was like, I would really like to use that as inspiration. Okay, and then once the roof is white, then it doesn't look so out of place. So this is, as I say, inspired by, not exactly an exact replica, but I'm trying to get as close as possible. And what better place than to see what has come out in the latest winter update. So should we have a look? I have done very little inside the house. I've spent most of my time and energy doing the external part of the house. As you can see, some of it is not complete yet, but it's going to be fun. All right, let's get on to the first thing. The first thing is that they're saying here for the update, a certain bearded ho-ho-ho guy has a new job for you. Okay, so you either have to unlock that by completing setting up a movie set or making room for our new baby. Okay, a brand new messy property to buy and renovate, buried deep in snow, and that requires the ho-ho-ho guy first. I've actually got a sign up at the moment in my living room that says ho-ho-ho. And then let it slow, let it snow. Snowfall has been added to the snowy suburbs environment. New themed items available in the shop. And now a warning message now appears when your disk space or saves is running low. I have to address that at some stage. It's getting bad right now. But I'm going to have to start deleting stuff. And then changes, improved gamepad controls, multiple controller button fixes and improvements, including proper handling of the snow editing tool in Sandbox. So here is edit snow. So if I edit, peek under the snow. Okay, that's interesting. All right, and then you can control the depth and the radius, and then clearing snow. Okay, so these are the new things that you can find in Sandbox. I'm not going to play with them now because it's going to happen eventually. And then apparently, and this is the one thing that I'm very interested in, is that people who are living in the suburbs now turn their lights on, and they finally found the switch. So that is really cool. that the houses around us are now lit up. It's been something that is a little eerie about the game. And also the other thing they fixed is the moon. Apparently they have taken some advice from lunar experts and they fixed the moon. So that's awesome. And then save cleanup system triggered when you're running low on space. Unpacking boxes now shows how many items that are left in the box for unpacking. And the UI indicator dot that marks newly discovered. Okay, UI improved the indicator dot that marks newly discovered gameplay elements like new jobs. All right, so should we see what we have been given? I'm going to do it in sunlight because, you know, it's always better to see when the sun is in the sky. And let's go to the store. So I have filtered it and sorted it. I have filtered it. Yes. And look, the first thing that comes up, look, gates for fences. So we have pretty much a gate for every single fence that we have. That is awesome. I'm going to have to go back to the cemetery and put some gates in. Okay, that is amazing. So I'm just going to throw in a white picket fence because, you know, that's what we do. So it is snowing though, so maybe not a white picket fence. Let's go with like a brown picket fence, shall we? So if I put a fence up and I have a gate, it's very exciting. Sorry, I get excited about stuff like this. Hold on, we don't want that. Do we want that? No, we want beach. Okay, so can I open? Can open the gate. Yay! I can't get through the gate. I literally can't get through the gate, but I can open it. Well, that doesn't help anybody. Seriously, guys. Why can't I get through the gate? Is it the snow or is it the gate's just too narrow? Okay. Can we please close it? Can we walk through any of the gates? This one is wider, I'm sure. Yes. So it's just the little gate that is a problem. I shall have to tell them that the gate is a problem. Yeah, not wide enough for my ass. Okay, so we have gates, which is lovely. All right, stairs, nothing. Swimming pool, decorative items is the sauna, so nothing new there. The doors are from the Scooby-Doo DLC, so nothing new there. Same with windows. Surface finishes, it doesn't look like there's anything new, but we've got all the Christmas stuff. You know, we've already got the stars and the trees and all this, so that's okay. I can live with that. Ooh. Okay, hold on. We got to go inside the house. Okay, so this is what I have here at the moment. This is my little house. It's nothing fancy right now. I just sort of was messing with the hallway here. And as you can see, I've got some... Why am I flying? Thank you very much. We've got some boots and we've got some coats hanging up there. So if I look here, we have some very modern fireplaces. Lovely. that. That's nice. And then we have obviously the ones that we've been trying to build for ages. I'm just going to throw fireplaces on the wall here. In various sizes. That's the same one, yes. This is a different one. This is actually nice because it's got the glass on the side. Okay. I shall have to tell Renovate he needs to build another house soon. He likes these modern fireplaces. That one's also nice. That one I can see Santa coming down. And that one. And, well, any of them. Okay. All right. And so many. What? The whole house is just going to be full of fireplaces. We'll just put them all on and be toasty warm. It's a cute little one. And then that's the super long one. And then, okay, so this is, what the heck is that? Where's the grate and the, actually it's the same as that one. We don't have all this, oh, maybe, yeah, here we have it. Okay. Another option. And then you can build your own fireplace. That's also a fireplace, but that has doors on it. Oh, wow. Well, we're not going to be cold this year. And then we've got all these things. So tongs. Okay, so here's the stand. Okay, I'm not going to try and put it at an angle. So here's the poker, the shovel, and the tongue. Oh, lovely. I like that. And then, of course, the fire screen. Oh, so many. Well, we're just going to have to go around and throw them on the fire, aren't we? There's that one. We won't need them on the ones that have the glass in front of them, but let's just display them here. So cool. And you can open them. Or you can open that one. Alright, let's put some in front here. I like it. This is just really cool. And look at the reflections. You know me and my reflections. The reflections it sends onto the walls. And there's just more and more. Okay, I don't think I have enough fireplaces for all the screens that we have. Okay, that one's going to be a bit chunky. Will you sit up there? Yes, you will. That's very fancy. And this is very fancy. And that is also cool. Okay, so we've got the ability to enhance our fireplace now. Do we have options? Yes. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so you've got your firewood. And that is cool. Nice big rack. No wall space for big racks here. Well, that is cool. In a bucket. Sorry, I look at every round piece that we get to see what I can do with it. And then we have another fancier stand. Okay. Come on. And then we to the sauna stuff that came out previously. Wonderful. And then Santa Camp. Mr. Claus School for Santas, the only place of its kind in the world. That is cute. Okay, and then there was another thing here. A not particularly silent night. This is obviously sandbox, and I'm guessing that's got to do with one of the jobs. That is awesome. Okay. Let's start at the top, shall we? Ooh. We're going to need a table or a shelf or something. Let's just do the storage thing. All right, we've got fireplace shelves. Okay, so for example, they're so close together. Okay, let's just put a few here. We've got different styles. There we go. I think I should get a table. Do we have it? Ooh. That's a nice big table. So we have 3 options. I want to see the table without. That's huge. It's like, okay, table for Christmas. Okay, don't sell it. Let's change it so we can actually see it. Let's make it. There we go. Light wood on top so we can actually see it. That's a pretty table. Pretty big. Okay, and yeah, I know I said we'll start at the top. Okay, so we don't have any new chairs. So we've got a fair few number of chairs now. Our chairs here are not bad. I'm not going to argue with that. But yeah, look at us. We have a belt. Okay. We have a belt that doesn't sit there. Dang it. Fine, I'll put on the table. We have a belt. Here's the boots. Does that look? That doesn't look red to me. We need red. These are the ones we need. Santa's boots. Awesome. And then we have spectacles. We have the case. And then we have the glass. Oh, that's so cute. Which I presume the case. And the hat, of course. Will you sit up here? Yes, you will. Well, I'm in the right house for it. And the coat. Have we got options of how the coat will hang? Will you hang on a... Dang it. How are you going to hang there? Why are you going to hang there? Okay, so it basically stands on the floor. That's okay. We can make it fit. I know. But I'm in sandbox, you know? Oh, you see, it's a little bit too big for this. We shall have to give it a hanger. Okay. And then we've got all the bags. We got the... I mean, that is actually quite perfect. Because we haven't quite built the workshop yet. But we've got the different size bags. Oh, cool. And then, of course, we've got the New Year stuff. Yes, I know I can go through, but I'm just wanting to see what's next. Ooh, champagne. We haven't had champagne. And then chocolate Santa. Oh my gosh, don't put him in here, he's gonna melt. It's putting him outside in the cold so he doesn't just like turn into a puddle on the floor. That's a chocolate Santa. Would be my dream chocolate. There you go. So that's chocolate. And this is wrapped chocolate. Come on, Santa. Stand in the snow. It'll be fine. Let's put you up here so you don't get lost in the snow. Come on. Okay. And then I happened to see some cocktails. We have a coconut drink with different options. That is so cool. With a little umbrella. I can live with that. We have another coconut drink. Let's do the squiggly straw. And another one. And this one, let's do the... Gotta do the two umbrellas. Awesome. And then watermelon. Ooh. Always good to have watermelon. We have it here in summer. Not really in winter, but I suppose if you're drinking coconut drinks, you're sitting at the beach and munching on watermelon. Nice. Ah. Ooh. Frozen gate. Frozen gate. Custom picture. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Why am I? Look at this. Eat, sleep, gift, repeat. Teamwork. Together we achieve more. Work hard and be nice, not naughty. Ooh. No lift, no get. Hang in there, baby. Deliver. Wow. I have a feeling we're going to have some gym equipment. What do you say? Okay. Let's put that in there and throw this outside on the lawn. That is such a cool sign. And you can put anything in there. So that is nice. Apparently they have sort of fixed this. As you can see, I haven't put my pictures back in yet. But it does appear to be a little faster, maybe because there aren't so many pictures in there. Okay. Now, why am I doing that? All right. So, heart flipper. Frozen gate. The Forsaken Cube. So, another game. But this. We've got pillows. Only problem, we haven't got a sofa to put the pillows on. Hold on. We need a sofa. let's just do this one, and I'm just going to do it in white so that we can see the pillows. All right, will you stand up? No? Dang it. Losing my mind. All right. Have another round pillow. Will you stand up? No, you won't. That's one with a button. That's a nice one. I like the fact that you can flip it over. I know I'm going backwards here. And that one also is. And they don't stack, guys. They really need to start stacking them. And then we've got the long, comfy ones. One slightly longer. And then ooh, can we please put something else on? Let's do Christmas. Still can't stack. The one with the fluffy tassels. Probably use that as like a voodoo doll. Just put a head on top of it. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Then we've got anything in red? Ooh, ooh. We've got the snowman. We got the snowflake. There we go. That is pretty. Probably not the right color for a snowflake. That's okay. Really nice. And then all decor. Again, not really something that you put above the fireplace, but yes. For some reason, I quite like that one. So some snowflake and Christmas decor, and then a Christmas garland. A very small Christmas garland. Can it? It can. Can it enlarge? No. Well, but it can sit on the side of a fireplace, which I like that concept. Can you sit? Yes. Okay. I just wish we could expand it. Can we? Yeah, it's a little bit too big for that. And a little bit too small for that. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit. You can wrap your whole fireplace in a garland, which is awesome. Okay, now this is where, yep, check it out. Oh boy, we have a weight rack, we have weight plates, treadmill, barbell, basketball. Okay, well, this is empty right now. Should we come up here? So, we have a hockey stick. Obviously, we have the option for many hockey sticks. We have the puck, ski poles, that is upside down, ski stand, and then, oh, nice. How many skis can you fit in your ski stand, dudes? Look at that. Ski boots. Snowboard stand. As opposed to ski stand. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 snowboards put into that stand. We have the backboard, basketball backboard, that's what it's called. Then we have the gym stuff. So we have the weight rack. And do the weight play. Yes, I do. Look at that. Okay, so 2 weights at a time. Awesomeness. Treadmill. And then a label yes or no. Santa's been busy. Okay, so that's just your standard bob. Okay, you can't add different weights. And that bob. So we now have a fair number of things for the gym, which is lovely. And we have lights. Now, obviously, this doesn't have a ceiling. So let's go down again because we do have a ceiling here. And lots of fire. So, okay, so these can come down. It's an interesting lamp. I'd like that. That's very similar to the other one. Oh, I like that. That just appeals to me, the 3 in 1. Why am I turn on, turn on? You are on. How are you on? Not very bright, are you? Then we have a blue lamp, which is actually very interesting. I prefer it hanging from the ceiling as opposed to as a floor lamp, but that's okay. We have another leaning one. We have a desk lamp. That's bright. I like that. Do you like that? We have the good old-fashioned one. It's been slightly remastered. We've got this one. Again, I'm not fond of the... I prefer this up there because you can actually see the layers as opposed to here where you can't. Unless you're obviously lying in bed. No new wiring. Storage, we've looked at the shelves. We've had new kitchen cabinets, so I'm not unhappy about that. I think this table was this table part of the Scooby-Doo collection? I can't remember. Let me know. Oh, look at all the fireplace stuff. I'm feeling quite warm. Okay, Beds, nothing's changed. Bathrooms, nothing changed. Electronics. A Nicholas mouse pad in multiple sizes. Ooh, where's that table I just put down? Turn on. Turn on. Okay. Right down to the little baby one. And it says, oh, damn. Or, okay, so it's either red or it's white. And it's a little baby one. So we've got all the different sizes there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the CD and the floppy was part of this bunch of stuff. So that's basically it for the interior and the building stuff. But it's so cool and it's so appropriate for my little house that I'm building. Okay. What have we got here? Nothing new. Ooh, we got a sleigh. Put the sleigh outside, shall we? That's fairly appropriate. Yeah. That is cool. Can I get in? Yes, I can. Sort of. Can I sit? Yes, I can. On Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. Yes. Okay. And assortment of cars. It's pretty much the same build as that. Fine. Let's put on the other side of the fence. Can't get in it. Can't open the door. No, that's sad. Okay, and nothing there. No, we've had the thistles, so that's nothing new there. Plants. Now this is where I'm unsure, but I think these are new. Let's just go. I can't fit through there. Let's throw them on the floor in here, shall we? Okay, those are all various sizes. That's cute. I like the concrete. Okay. I think these are new. That's cool. I definitely haven't seen that before. Okay. Now these are obviously the Christmas tree stands that we know and love. Are they new ones here or are these the same ones? I think these are the same ones. Now, ornamental plants, I know we had the pitcher plant. So this is the Chinese money plant. Ooh. Now, the question I have is, have they now insisted on putting the soil back on? Yep. Teeny weeny little one. I think that's New Year. Money for the New Year, if I'm not mistaken. Vines. These are the Scooby-Doos. Outside we go. We have cypress trees. Oh. Nice. Question is, do you get the snow alternative to these? No, you don't. And then that's the 9-bark. Those are the old ones. And then scary trees, nothing's changed there. Scary decor and sandbox. So, small update after the Scooby-Doo one, but that was pretty close after Scooby-Doo. So I'm not unhappy with that. It's really cool. We've got some perfect stuff for my little house. What we're going to be doing is building Santa's workshop in the garage. The garage will be coming here, so it's actually perfect. And is it my imagination, or is this a lot slightly bigger than it was? I'm not sure. We're going to have to measure a lot. But yeah, some new, interesting, fun stuff. Gates, which we've been asking for ages. They do appear to be very... No, they're not that small. It was just because I was flying. Don't know so much about a glass gate. I believe they could be a little dangerous, especially in a high wind. Okay, that's the one we tried over there. That's one that doesn't fit me, because I got stuck going, yep. Doesn't help. That doesn't help us. Can get through that one. These ones are single, so I can't test them, but that one, and that one I'm fine. But the smaller gates, I can do that, and it's fine, but like the double gate here, I cannot get through. Let me know what you think. I have got recordings of me building the house. So if you want to see that, that will be coming up soon. And then we've got to go down to the bowels of the earth. That table is going to probably come in quite useful in the workshop downstairs. And oh, I love the fireplaces. So guys, this is coming out on a Thursday, not on a Friday, because obviously this is released on Thursday. So I'm going to put it up early so you guys can catch a glimpse of it before the release and see if you like it. So I am probably going to be a little bit spotty over the Christmas holidays. I still do time sharing with the computer, so I'm going to do my very best to get 3 videos a week up. If I can't, it will be definitely 2 until the new year, and then I'll be back to 3 a week for sure, I promise. Lots of ideas, lots of thoughts, lots of things still to do, and we've still got to do the walkthrough of the fun fair, which is pretty close to being done. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far and you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. Hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.